Hello, 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 everyone, and happy Financially Lit Tuesday! Back at it again every Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, bringing you news, tips, and tricks on how to wealth up. Y'all, today is a lit, super lit, financially lit Tuesday because I have with me today a special guest. All right, drum roll, since, I have to do the drum roll, all right? Da, 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 da. All right, I have with me the amazing Autumn Redding with ADQM Solutions.
Hey.
She's going to bless us with her expertise today. Go ahead, Autumn.
Hey, everyone. I'm so excited to be on. Thank you for having me on today, too. Let's get it going.
Yes. So Autumn, I know you. We've been working together since last year at I said One Bridge, not One Bridge. Chambers, Jack's Chambers. And since then, with One Bridge coming into the mix, definitely have worked with Autumn for some time now, and she's just absolutely amazing. Helped me with my Grand Revs website as well, and a lot of different marketing things. Autumn, if you could give the audience, the people, some information about yourself.
So, hey, everyone. I'm Autumn. I am the owner and founder of ADQM Solutions, which I do business consulting and business coaching, and which kind of birthed One Bridge to basically a unified front that we have a store collaboration where it helps to market, accelerate businesses, but we kind of do more than just that. It's an education component, it's a networking component, use everything that I know, and then also collaborating with others to make a bigger unified front. Can express how happy I am. This is actually my second show for today. I was on the radio earlier. So this is my second one for today. So I'm super excited.
Awesome. So those of you out there, go ahead and hit the share button. And if you're tuning in from YouTube, go ahead and hit the subscribe and share button. Let everyone else know that you're tuned into Financially Lit today. Definitely don't want to hold back the wealth of information that's going to be poured out today from your friends, family, loved ones, fellow business owners. You definitely want to be tuned in. So go ahead and hit that share button and let us know who's tuned in with us. So go ahead and drop a comment. Let me know who's out there. Say hey, or whatever you want to say. If it's not hey, if it's what's up, let us know who's tuned in. Yes. So today we're going to be going over rebranding. So the pros and cons. I'm going to drop a few numbers in there. We know that we're going to go over Victoria's Secrets and Aunt Jemima's rebranding. Autumn's going to drop some tips and tricks and things that you all should be keeping in mind as well. Hey Jay, what's up? Hey.
What's up?
All right, and so to start it off, we're gonna go over Aunt Jemima. So Aunt Jemima, when everyone that who's familiar with Aunt Jemima, those out there.
That buttermilk, yeah, it's supposed to be really, really good, right? I think that's one of the things that we purchased in the house too, like in my house.
Yeah, when it comes to breakfast materials, like Saskia said, hey. What's up? Hey. So, so for those of you that are familiar with Aunt Jemima, you know the woman in front, right? Which is inspired by Nancy Green. She was born into slavery in 1834, and so they used her image to place on like the pancake mix in the early 1900s. And since then, the company, Pearl Milling Company, which owns the Aunt Jemima brand, has used her face as their logo. So recently, like literally a couple of weeks ago, they had changed their logo to a 19th century flour mill. So what are your, what do you think about that, Autumn?
So definitely for the rebrand, I can see they were falsifying everything they were doing. They were using an image to definitely correct it, but I don't really see them taking ownership by just correcting it. Me personally, I actually want to find a different brand to support and utilize because I was under the assumption of many different things at a younger age. Until you do the research, you don't really know.
Right.
So to me, not facing the brand, just changing it to show respect of what they went wrong doesn't really, it doesn't do any justice for me. So I'm not sure if their consideration of the customers they would lose because of it.
Mm-hmm. Right, right. And hello, Jasmine. Thank you for tuning in. But absolutely, you're right. So really, the logo stemmed from them expressing like how it's that comfort food, that plantation comfort life. The homemade Mammy's homemade pancakes, right? So yeah. So when you're thinking about it in reference of um, Black history in America, it's definitely not cool. But when you think about it, since 1900s to today, this brand has been known as Nancy Green's face on the box. So even though you change it to a 19th century flour mill, like it still kind of holds that history,
Let's
right?
Log Cabin. Log Cabin, I think, is another brand that's similar when they have syrup.
Right. Yes, they are.
I'm not purchasing Log Cabin. I see the cabin, but I am purchasing from the woman that look like could be my grandmother, my great grandmother. That looks like it's gonna, like you said, that comfort food. So using that brand as a business, was it smart? They probably gained a lot from it until they got caught and now change it.
Right. Yeah.
But I don't know how the duration of their business will be because of how and the reason behind it. Besides, like I said, taking ownership of it, not just changing the brand. Or the logo per se.
Right, the logo of it.
Yeah.
Because it's definitely gonna, and let's talk product costs, is because now they're essentially having to restock shelves, completely change the look of their business to incorporate this new logo, right? They're still gonna have the red, right? And you associate the red with either Betty Crocker or Aunt Jemima's brand, right? So with them two, Jasmine said, we switched to new syrup, Michelle's Food. Okay. Is that Black owned? Michelle's Food. I'm not familiar with Michelle's Food. Interesting.
We definitely get stores. We need to find out where Michelle's Food is.
Right.
We find that.
Yeah, like who's Michelle's? And how good is her food? No. But yeah, so because of this Black Lives, okay, she said that she believes so. Okay, cool. Yeah, definitely take a look at that. So because of this Black Lives Matter movement last year, a lot of companies said, oh, shoot, we got to rebrand, right? Because Black people are not playing anymore. We're taking down statues, we're rebranding. We want to make sure that we keep our consumers happy. So, apologies, y'all. We keep our spam. We keep our consumers happy. So now, we're going into they had their 100th year anniversary, and they're like, okay, now it's time to go ahead and make that switch, which is going to be pretty interesting to see that happening and whether or not they remain profitable even after the switch. So Autumn, in your expertise, how successful do you feel like this would be for them?
So according to that, up at numbers and so forth, is that on your side or mine? An echo? It may just be on my end. So just looking at data, percent consumers were African Americans that requested for them to rebrand, and based upon purposes of them falsely branding, an African American woman on their platform. But you have 9% that were of a different race as well. So the higher brands showed a different race as far as Africa. Is it because we're going to come off of their market? We will drastically hit their sales. So, like I said, based upon the era and needing to rebrand, yes, they had to correct the situation. but changing the logo doesn't correct 100 years worth of what you did.
Exactly.
So will it affect their market? Yes. Their cost is going to be in the negative in itself. Is it something that you would rebrand or maybe try to start a little something different? You know, like there's something that you can do outside of rebranding possibly, but obviously to keep what they have, their reputation, probably fund they kind of continue to do what they were doing and just change the logo. Me personally, no, I'm looking for another company. Based upon information, but you're going to have people out here who don't know, and that's probably maybe what they're leaning closer to.
Exactly, because I know they're just changing the logo, and then the name is still Aunt Jemima. but but I believe because they're changing the logo, some people that's how they realize that it's their brand. So because of the logo, because of that black woman that's in front of it, they pick it up because it's a black woman in front of it, and they're like, oh, a black woman in front of it, it got to be good, or however they're coming to the conclusion that I want to pick this up. For those that's been purchasing Aunt Jemima for so long, they may even feel like, oh shoot, did the recipe change as well? It's not the same. And even though the recipe may be the same, they're gonna probably be like, I don't know, this is the same thing. So I might hold it back. Jasmine said, as a consumer, we have asked for accountability statements along with financial action in the Black community because our community has supported this company for generations. Absolutely, you're right. The community absolutely does. Oh, you said that Michelle's Food is woman owned, but you're right. The community does definitely support Aunt Jemima. Absolutely, hands down.
And if you think of the concept by not doing what they did, yes, it was awesome. But the reason why they used it got them the sales why they used it, right?
Right.
But at the same time, now the truth is coming out. It damaged their business more than it did for the purpose of them just doing what they did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, now we have Victoria's Secret. So Victoria's Secret is rebranding as well. So Victoria's Secret has been kind of like in the PR relations nightmare for some years now. Their brand is this nice, sexy lingerie kind of brand. They cater to not all sizes, but a limited select of sizes. But they're like low price, but a nice, sexy look for underwear, right? Undergarment. They've been around since the late 1990s, early 2000s, but now they're like, hey, it's time to do something a little different. Which on the Victoria's Secret side, this is something that doesn't have anything to do. So we're on the opposite side. This doesn't have to do with Black culture in America or anything. This is them saying, hey, we want Victoria's Secret to be more inclusive, right? So we have the traditional Victoria's Secret models and all that, but we want to have more of a range as far as the people we cater to, the age, the race, body types. So how do you feel that will come into play as far as, or how profitable they will be because of that?
I actually think it was a smart move. Just adapting and pivoting to what today is.
Right.
So sexuality, different things to that standpoint to make every woman feel comfortable. That is a smart move, and they're doing it before it becomes to be an issue because they were under some fire in the past already.
Right, they have.
Yeah, so almost them doing that kind of like, let's not do it when the heat is on us. Let's go ahead and do it before the heat actually gets on us. To kind of make it open where everyone feels comfortable. It did give a platform for multiple different women, even women who not necessarily have the sexy appear. The cocoa bottle shave, or it gave it to a standpoint of someone who also may not like to be as open and wanted to be more covered.
Right. So, more conservative.
Yeah, it definitely gave it appear to all the characteristics of a woman.
Absolutely, you're right. And yeah, it's just I like the idea of them having more inclusive models. And I believe that OneBridge is actually having a fashion show, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, it's coming up. When is it?
July 17th. So July 17th, Puff Mistress, who caters to a big demographic of different type of women, fitting, race, culture. She does it all. So she will actually be able to exhibit where they can still feel sexy no matter how they are. And that is right now, we're coming from a spot where people have suffered from depression, been stuck in the house, not feeling, this is a good move to actually bring out, that let me feel self-confident. Let me lift my head up, fix my crown, let me move forward. It definitely supports that. And it comes in it shows all the races too, as well.
Jasmine said they took a page from Savage Fenty because Rihanna taught them body inclusivity is top priority. Absolutely. So Savage, they really do. They have they do cater to all different race, body type, and that was when Rihanna launched Savage. Like as soon as she launched it, she put different women out, different races, different body types. So that was definitely good, and Savage has been doing really good. Fenty is called Fenty. Fenty has been doing really good because of it. I mean, of course, her being Rihanna helped as well, but Fenty is doing really well, and because like Victoria's Secret is now saying, "Oh shoot, we're getting beat out by Fenty at this point because Fenty is more inclusive." So I definitely think they would be more profitable. Victoria's Secret is already everywhere, right? They're in basically every major mall. So it would be nothing for them to say, okay, we're going to add also a plus size section. We're going to add also a more modest collection or whatever the case may be. And then also making sure that whenever they do their annual show, their Secret Angel show, they include some different body types and races as well. So that's definitely good.
Being aware of your competitors is key to growth. Not where it's much competition, but how do I grow and how do I stand different, but also learn from my competitors and what's already out there. So right. Awareness. I don't know if Victoria's Secret can hang without making some of the changes they did, but the changes still represent their brand, even their previous brand. I think they had some issues too in the past. I think it was with the Pink line, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they have. They've been having issues for quite some time for people complaining about how they're not inclusive enough, and they're finally going ahead and making that change and realizing our people are serious. And what better time to do it than right now? Hey, Eni, than right now where a lot of different companies are popping out the woodworks. For one, like a lot of there are thousands of businesses is being generated every day post pandemic. There's a lot of different business owners, a lot of different businesses, but also a lot of businesses are saying, hey, we're repivoting because of the pandemic. We need to come out with something fresh, new, so that we're top of mind. So we can't be swept away and then let another brand pop out. We have to make sure that Victoria's Secret stays in the front of their mind when they walk into the mall or whenever they're thinking about purchasing lingerie wear. So
as a business is important. As a big business, their threat is us. Smaller businesses blowing up. We're learning from the bigger ones that can't hold their fort down. So they have to come strong when they come out. I think it's a wise move to definitely kind of be modernized, but still not lose their core identity. Right. Now, the Aunt Your Mama one, that's completely different. Yeah. At least they're still not losing who they appear to, their core identity. And I don't still see the inclusion of bringing on men to the Victoria's Secret line.
Right. Because you do have transgender and things like that. I wonder if they're going to include that as well. Because, that'd be interesting to see. All right, let's talk about pros and cons. So we're going to go into pros and cons about rebranding. We talked about some already during the discussion. Do we have some business owners out there as well? How do y'all feel about these two companies rebranding? Go ahead and drop a comment as we go over this. So you could lead the way, Autumn.
So I definitely want to touch on some of the most challenging mistakes and also the biggest mistakes that are made. The first one, inconsistency. You're inconsistent, you lose my trust. I don't know if you're here today, gone tomorrow. I don't even know the true authenticity of your brand that actually shows who you are and what you do. Right. So one of the biggest things is being inconsistent. So if you rebrand just to rebrand, things aren't working, things aren't hitting, I have something out, I change up again. If you're changing up all the time, I don't know if that will be a good look for anyone.
Right.
So I definitely want to throw in there, be consistent.
Yeah, because a lot of people, they think, oh my gosh, my company's not working, they're not catching fire, or I'm gonna do a rebrand, and then they still do the same thing they did before. It's like, no, your problem was your inconsistency, not the brand of your company. Yeah. It was that nobody knew what they were purchasing because you weren't clear. Like, you didn't send a clear message. Your brand is beautiful. Just like whoever did your logo did a bomb job. Like, the color scheme is great. But that's not your issue. Your issue is inconsistency. So that
people don't buy what they don't know. If you don't explain what it is, I'm not going to buy it. But I guarantee you, if you change it up and put some explanation in there, and I can actually draw emotion to it, I'm going to buy it. But that doesn't mean change your brand. I think often most people think of branding just like the logo, the colors, the theme. It's a way more than just that.
Right. And so what does it consist of generally?
And your brand consists of so much. Your appearance, your connections, your brand consists of the overall physical look, but also what is perceived to other people that are actually you're demonstrating your brand to as well. Think of Amazon, even the growth of Amazon and their brand. The A to Z, he's doing just that. Right. There's keys to the actual picture, but there's to the demonstration down to the slogan. It consists of everything, your brand. Your brand is really made up of who your business are or who you are. Your marketing is how you get it out there.
Marketing. A lot of business owners miss that point. Marketing. They spend so much money on the brand, the logo, getting everything together, and then they have no more money left to market the actual product. Go ahead. I guess that was step 2 on the how people go wrong.
So you definitely, there's so many, and hire your weakness. If that's not your strong point, hire somebody, consult with someone. There's workshops all the time talking about branding and marketing. Attend them. You'll get little gems from each one of them, and then you'll still be able to determine. But if you're not attending it, if you're not talking about it, Google ain't helping you. Google is not going to be your answer. Branding is a lot more than that. It's your website, as far as, how I can relate to you is the image of who you are. Like Grand Rep, when I hear your name, your colors mean something. Your words mean something. Even how you demonstrate yourself, they all mean something.
Right.
I think too, most people they're looking into modernizing and losing who their core identity is. So just because it's a trend, let me adjust and adapt, but then you just took away everything that you meant in the purpose of your business.
Wow. Did y'all get that? Because that is something there. Like, gotta stick to what your business is to the core. Like, don't try to just keep up with the Joneses and forget why you're in business together. Like, what was the main purpose of your business? Like, you just completely changed your entire business. Like, do you sell candles or lipstick? Like, we don't know. I thought you were selling candles yesterday.
And why do you do it? If I just went ahead and adapted just because, oh man, this is changing, let me just adjust to it. You just took away everything you said your business. People don't forget about that. And if you ever put it on the internet, the web, it's there still. They can find it, see it, research it, it's there. So they'll know, and it's completely opposite of who you are now. Not saying you can't grow, but at least grow off your foundation. It's that business plan. There's a marketing plan. There's a strategy plan. There's different things you incorporate, build off of it.
Right.
I also want to talk about staying too far from what made you successful.
Okay. Thanks. Jasmine said, why do you feel people being the face of their business versus being invisible? Oh, like about how people are the face of their business versus, yeah, being invisible and just marketing other people and other things like that.
I think it depends on the business as well.
Mhm.
It definitely depends on the business. Sometimes when you're providing a service, they still want to see your face, but you shouldn't be the main face on it because I also want to see you have a team to be
Right.
successful. But will people buy into who I am? Yeah, because they know I'll train them appropriately or correct, not just having my name on there. But most of the time, even with OneBridge, a lot of people don't know I own it. OneBridge is not meant for my face to be on there primarily.
Right.
OneBridge is meant for the members to be on there. I do as much as I can for the members.
Because it's a retail. Absolutely.
So it depends on the business. But if I'm coaching you, you got to see my face, to be able to know who I am and what I do at the same time. But as far as websites, I don't think the faces should be all over the websites. Let me demonstrate my brand to be bigger because it is bigger. If I'm a one-man show, it'll say that. But if I have a team, like I got to reflect the team as well.
Right.
And be all and everywhere on it. I don't think so.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, especially you definitely got to look into what industry you're in and look at what your competitor is doing. If you're confused and you're like, oh, I don't really know, check out your competitor. Not just any competitor. You're a successful competitor that's doing really well. So yes.
Even retail clothing, starting out a business, it may just be you running the show of the business, but in different, you're modeling different outfits or different things. You shouldn't be the only face. You can have some people that model for you for free, absolutely free, and you can put them on the website for their exposure as well. But at the same time, it doesn't show your face upon everything.
Oh.
Just that's a tip.
No, that is a great tip. So, I'm going to go ahead and launch out part 2 of this pros and cons of rebranding. So I'm going to go ahead and close out this live and go ahead and go on live. If you have any other questions, feel free to go ahead and drop them into the this live or the next one, and we're going to go ahead and address them. And we're also going to go over some more pros and cons because Autumn has a lot more to share with y'all. So yes. Also, be sure to tune in to Financially Lit Tuesday every Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Sipping Wealth YouTube channel. And go ahead and hit subscribe and hit the notification bell. And we'll also be live, of course, on Facebook on the my personal page, Wadlene Charles, and the Grand Web Financial page. And the Lit TV network. So if you do want to stream from your Roku TV, your smart TV, you can go ahead and download the Lit TV network and stream the Financially Lit Tuesdays. Thank you all for tuning in, and I'll see y'all next Tuesday.